Good evening, everybody. My name is Simon, I'm Ukrainian, and on example of this fish, I'm going to explain you history of my country Ukraine for the last 100 years. Please stay tuned. So, 100 years ago, we got a Soviet Union creation, and Ukraine was the second country after Russia by population. To be actually exact, Ukrainians and Russians was the same amount, 88 million people. But through the Soviet Union history, some of the people got died in a Holodomor, which is Russia create without any reason. Some people died on a Great World War. So at end of the Soviet Union existing at 1991, from 88 millions, we start to get like 52 million people. But also these 52 million, they wasn't all Ukrainians. That was a politic of segregation. So Soviets sent Ukrainians to Siberia and take people from Siberia and send them over to Ukraine to assimilate them out. So you see that it's like we're adding some Russians on the Ukraine right now, on Ukrainian territory, on the border. Yeah, add enough Russians, spread it actually also all around the perimeter, but here on the east part and on the south we have them the most. Enough Russians, god damn it. So the point is, Ukraine was literally second country after Russia because we had a second population after Russia, and we had so much people who do lots of good for the world and for the Soviet Union. It was massive scientists with Ukrainian, massive people who built rockets, who built planes, who built bridges, who explore the world, who do all of this thing. But never mind, because also very important moment. After Soviet Union collapse in 1991, Ukraine became Russia left Soviet Union actually left for Ukraine lots of nuclear weapons. So now Ukraine is a protected country with the nuclear weapons in a third place in the world. The more nukes at the moment they had only Russia and United States. And you see, and this Ukraine as a whole piece from 1991. And it is very protected piece because it have nuclear weapons over there. And who would like to have another country with a massive nuclear weapons to deal with that in case of this country became aggressive or something? Yeah, Russia. We know you always was aggressive, but nobody take care of you. Okay, it's not video about Russia, it's about Ukraine. So in 1994, the United States, United Kingdom and Russia, seduced Ukraine to sign the agreement that Ukraine would give it up their nuclear weapons to Russia and United States, and instead of that, these three countries, United States and Russia, protect Ukraine, their sovereignty in the borders of 1991. But guess what, guys? In only 23 years, one of this country, Russia, they just cruelly take it out, the big part of Ukraine. So, let me put it there, and I will show you that this part, Russia just took it away. With the whole population, actually some population moved to Ukraine, but some population just move abroad, and some population stays in Russia too. And yeah, and it gets some more Russians who was the Russian piece, they move there. And it was 2014. And guess what, guys? Ukraine get a huge piece out of it, and nobody care. I mean, European countries and US, we do the more sanctions to the Russia, but overall, nobody gives a minimum shit about it. Nobody. And we start to have a war with Russia. They call it that we have a war with themselves, but it was clearly war with the Russian soldiers. But nobody want to talk about it. Because Nobody had the balls to go against Russia back in the time. And situation was this like for almost 8 years. 8 years we had this so-called small war where people were still dying. I mean, Russians at least didn't shoot our cities with civilians, but still, it was the people on the front line dying and they cannot get any to any concussion because Putin don't want a peace. They try to make a peace with the Putin due to all of these 8 years. No, they didn't make it. So in 2022, Putin wasn't too shy, and he just cut another land. He just cut another piece of it, another piece of Ukraine, and he still continued cutting with this with a violent war. Here, look at this. Here is a bomb on civilian. Like here is another bomb in civilian in Lviv, which is far away. Here is bomb on a kid hospital in Kiev, in Ohmedit. Yeah, our population just going out, and here is the hardest battles going on, and yeah, as you see, he's cutting the small pieces out. But actually back to 2022. In 2022, everybody was thinking that the whole of this budget would be Russia would take in it. That Russia would came to a capital, to a Kiev, and just take it away. Nobody in the world would expect that Ukrainians would fight and fight so long. Fight until this very moment. It's already 3 years of a hard war going on. And you see, my country is a pain. My country is getting pissed out by Russia. And how many left? 100 years ago it was 88 million. Now it's less than 30 million of people living in Ukraine. Less than 30. My country is in genocide. My country is dying because one half defending on the front line and another half like me would be honest, understand that they wouldn't make it in my country at the moment, and they just looking for a better fate abroad. And actually I'm happy to be abroad that I can inform you in the future about some information in my country. This is my mission at the moment. One of my missions at the moment. So you see, it is an absolute mess, and see, it's mess not because of our fault. It's only a mess because we had a nuclear weapon and we give it up for guarantees of security to the one of the strongest country in the world. And one of this country after attack us, they tell the world that Russia tells the world that they would protect Ukraine in the borders of 1991, put this back. But this country just drops their word like nothing, like their word means nothing. And now is United States president want to deal with the Russia, and this is terrible because there is no possible deal with the Russia. This country doesn't keep their word. There is zero guarantees if United States president do sort of some friendly agreements with Russia now. They would kick him in. They will just use him. They're just going to use him. They're going to use him bad. So, my dear US citizens who are watching this video, if you don't want that your body of your country and citizen just going to cramps and disappeared for different reasons, you guys better to keep the strong power in this world, keep your word, and your word was to defend Ukraine, because you demilitarize this country. You make this country without strong weapons to defend itself, and you give the promise that you would be defending it. And I really appreciate that all of the weapons we received from the Biden administrations. That was important, that was crucial to keep this war alive. But still guys, please continue to support my country. Please, please, as the biggest NATO member, maybe intervene, go fight Russia, go fight that person who do all of this mess. Do not fight the president of this country who maybe he's the not best person, but he at least try to keep this country safe, so this country do not go crushed out anymore. Please. I'm thankful to all of the war support we have right now, because all the world sees that we have a neighbor from east of us and it's making a mess. And nobody wants a mess in a civil war. Nobody. And right now we're standing on a big step, on a third world war. And I really don't want US to be initiator of this war. I would much prefer US would be a defendant, more like in a World War II, not a starter. I don't want, there's a lot of talks that US taking a Germany role right now, back in when Germany was a Nazi. So please, guys, be for a peaceful planet Earth, be for a love, be for be for a good things, not go to be against them, and go, if you want to get your energy to the fight, go fight bad guys, go fight Russia, go fight somebody who are absolutely useless for this world and trying to destroy it and threatening with the nukes every single time if something going wrong in this country. Go fight this country who threaten all the world by nukes. Keep my country safe, and keep my country, do not play it as a bad guy, because you see, my country is already so much crushed, so much taken out, and we really need to help to rebuild this. You really need to back, just people get their life back. Do not get all of these lemons, get away, and try to keep this country safe. Thank you very much for watching this video. I very appreciate your time. Enjoy evening, and God bless Ukraine, United States of America, and planet Earth. Love.